Welcome, welcome. Hey, everyone. I am glad that you guys are here live on our Thursday night webinar. Looking forward to having our founder here, Peter, join us here in a second and really share with you all the story of our company, Partner Driven, and more importantly, how we can help you regardless of where you are in your respective real estate journey. Again, on behalf of Partner Driven, my name is Roland. Looking forward to being your MC, your host tonight. Make sure that things are going smoothly here. First thing we like to do is to turn on our cameras, which many of you have already. Glad that you guys have done that for us. That way we're talking to real life people. We got Doug here in the house. We got Claire. Is that Holiday? Cool last name. We got Sean here in the house. Um, Glad that you guys are all here. For everyone else, if you have yet to do so, please turn on your cameras. And I'm glad that some folks have actually put the real name on here as well, so that way we can call you accordingly. Again, we'll wait for a few more folks to hop on here. But as far as some housekeeping, that's how we're going to conduct tonight. Do our best to imitate a live environment, although this is a Zoom call, as we all know. One way we're going to do that is in the chat. Do me a favor, get familiar with the chat, say hello, let me know where you're coming in from, city, state, and I'll do my best to read them off here as quickly as possible. Or you can just shout them out. How you doing, Samsung SM S931U? How you doing? How you doing? If you don't mind changing your name, that'd be great. For everyone else in the chat, let me know where you're coming in from. We got Claire coming in from a company, last name, absolutely. Where do you live, Claire? We got Cara. Oh, I've been sick all day. I know it's definitely going around. Thank goodness this is a virtual meeting, right? I'm kidding. We got Tiffany from Tacoma, Washington. Welcome, welcome. We got Kim from Virginia Beach. Ruben, California in the house. You're Claire, you're in Michigan. Okay, got it, got it.
Can you hear
Steve,
me?
Chicago, Illinois. We got
Can you?
Chattanooga, Tennessee in the house. Elizabeth Smith, welcome, welcome. We've got folks here from Texas. Is that Nick? Is that Hawaii or are you saying hi? Either way, hello. We got Kevin from Boca Raton, and we got South Carolina in the house. Folks all across the country, appreciate you guys dropping that in the chat. Again, that is how we're going to communicate throughout the evening is the chat. We do have a slide deck just for visual sake for you to kind of see exactly what we do, how we do things, and I will bring up our founder here in a second. So let me go ahead and load up the presentation here for us. Now, again, do us a favor, allow us to get through this. I know many of you guys have questions. We'll do our best to get through all that. We'll have a live Q&A towards the end. But to make sure that you guys are all in the right room, again, the name of our company is Partner Driven, and we are the only real estate program in the nation that partners with you on deals. With close to 4,000 deals now, our founder Peter, as well as his business partner Julie, they coach people just like you. They provide 100% of the capital, 100% of the rehab, and all the resources you need to get deals done step by step. Okay. So we also help you find the property off market. We help you from closing. We help you how to figure out how to profit from the deal. But bottom line is we work with you every step of the way, all the while without you risking your own money or your credit. Next slide here. I do want to give you a quick glimpse of some of the team members that come along. We feel here at Partner Driven that real estate was not meant to be a solo sport, especially if you're looking to make it a predictable income, if you're looking to really go all out, especially this year, 2026. So again, you do have a whole bunch of folks with experience in real estate helping you every step of the way. But tonight is really about our founder, Peter. And the reason why I say about him is because really he's on a mission to help people achieve success when it comes to real estate. Peter has a passion for truly breaking down the barriers that hold many people back, that many of you, I'm sure, have in common when it comes to actually getting started in real estate or really leveling up and getting to the next stage. Again, how we do that is we partner with you on deals, again, by providing 100% of the capital and all the experience, expertise that's needed to get a deal to the closing table. A matter of fact, Peter's business partner, Julie, began as one of his students since 2016, has profited over $5 million on her own, flipping houses, wholesaling houses. Now, together, they've really helped 100 people, hundreds and hundreds of people across the US, again, with a system that we have in place and that we'll thoroughly go throughout tonight. Now, as far as your main presenter, I do have our principal founder, Peter, as I mentioned, been in the game for over 2+ decades, has done over 4,000 deals respectively. But more importantly, he's still in the hunt and he's still helping people level up just like you. I can't think of anyone better to help you on your journey. Again, regardless of where you are, help you level up. Once you get to know Pete, you'll know that he's no nonsense, but you also know that he loves, loves, loves helping people. And we're looking just for a few more folks who see the passion, the vision of what we do here at Partner Driven. And when you have someone like Pete in your corner, skies truly are the limit. Pete, thanks for joining us tonight. Got plenty of people on here across the country waiting to hear from you and waiting to hear what you've put together here as you put together Partner Driven here. Thanks for joining us, Pete.
Yeah, well, great to be here. Great to be here. Love the whole presentation, uh, the whole introduction. Um, except for the been in the business for 20 some years. It's always amazing. We all have these moments, and I think the older you get, the more you have these moments where you just kind of a checkup from the neck up, kind of like reality of life. The life is going. Life doesn't slow down. If anything, it speeds up. And the decisions you make today many times will not only impact today, but the rest of your life. And Roland's right. About 20 years ago, I made a decision that I wanted to be in this business. At the time I made it, it sounded great, but it turned out to be a total disaster. I proceeded over the next about 6 months in a business, lose all of my money. I then cash advance from credit cards, about another $250,000. Took me 2 months to lose that. Yeah, believe it or not. But in real estate, that's easy to do. Right? It's just a couple deals going sideways on you. And pretty much made myself homeless. And so this business kicked my butt very, very early on in the business. Um, and so the most proud thing I guess I could say that I've done in this space is I didn't quit back then. I had all the intention in the world to quit, and I could tell you, took me not about, it took me 3 years to recover from that. So for the first 3 years in this business, I worked for nothing because I lost everything, then lost some on top of that. Was about $750,000 in debt within the first several months, and then 3 years to unravel that. And then I went on a very, very strong journey, became the biggest player in Atlanta, which is where I still live. Then in Georgia. Then I started doing business in 17 markets across the United States. Most East Coast one was Jacksonville, Florida. Did about 400 deals there. And the most West Coast one was California, in the Modesto, Sacramento, San Francisco triangle. Did a bunch of deals there. And so just really had a meteoric rise, after I got my head out of my butt and realized what I really needed to do to become successful. I was all in at that point. And then about 10 years ago, I decided to do what we're here to discuss tonight, which is started partnering with people, to start doing deals with people. The reason I did that initially is because I just myself wanted to do more deals. I was very heavily entrenched at that point, like I said, in 17 markets across the United States. But I was in charge of those markets. And so when I made this strategic decision to no longer just do deals in those 17 markets, but then to start doing deals literally with random people across the United States, I very, very quickly realized that the only way this business model could work um, was that if I and my team, when these individuals brought us deals, we would handle almost the whole deal. And as a matter of fact, today, 10 years after doing my first partner deal, what I'm very excited to share, I have more partner, I've done 4,000 deals at this point but today I have more partners doing more deals than ever before. We're in all 50 states doing deals, every major city across the United States, almost every single second and third tier city. I consider where I live, Atlanta, to be basically a second, maybe third tier city, and tons of flips and deals in cities that you've never heard of. Now, what I want to do is I want to take maybe 45 seconds, tell you how I got here in those 10 years, and then I want to take another couple minutes and explain to you the vision. Now, what I am here to share with you is 100% counterintuitive of how the real estate investing business works. Everybody here has one thing in common. Everybody here wants to be successful in real estate. I don't think you're here because you have nothing else to do tonight. If you are, probably in the wrong meeting. But if truly you want to be in the space, I'm going to share with you a statistic that I think most of you know. Nobody just wants to talk about it, but this has a rotten, awful success rate. Real estate investing, less than 1% success rate. And when I say success rate, that's less than 1% of people in the space ever get traction on any deals. That's not even that successful. But less than 1%, I mean, think about this. Why would you ever want to be successful? I assume you want to be more successful than you are in whatever it is you do. Why would you ever want to be more successful in an industry that has such an abysmal success rate? And I'll tell you why, because this industry does an incredibly great job of hiding it, of literally BSing people through it. And so even though all of you are entrenched in the exact same thing, dismal success rate, the kind of success rate you wouldn't go to a hospital with 1% success rate. You wouldn't go to a grocery store. You wouldn't even leave your stupid car, a car mechanic with less than one success rate. But I guarantee you, majority of the reason you guys are here is because you want to be successful in this space. And again, the reason it works out like this in the space is because it's just this business masks it so well that you could, and I'm sure some of you guys have been in crowds of people in this space, and all you have to do is spend 10 minutes walking around a typical real estate crowd, and you're going to know it's a bunch of people making absolutely nothing. Excited, fired up, doing the good old chants and screams and yells and applauding. But when it comes to really making money, almost nobody does it. And so when I started partnering with people 10 years ago, I realized that the only way this model could work is that I and my team had to take control of the deal. And so now what we do is we do about 90 to 95% of the deal for you. And we're going to discuss how we do that. And so we flip that success rate from less than 1% for those people that partner with me. We're well over into the 60, 70 percentile. That's unheard of to be in an industry where you could be in the exact same industry doing the exact same thing. You do it one way, which is individually by yourself, less than one success. You kind of partner with somebody who knows what they're doing, and now you're popped at a 60, 70%. But where my vision is now is to take that 60 to 70% into 90% in 2026. And how I'm doing that is two ways. One, and we'll go over this a little bit more today as I go through the presentation. One, what I'm doing is I'm increasing the buy box. If you know anything about real estate, you would know one thing. Real estate is all about buy boxes. People always say, "What's your buy box? What's your buy box?" It's kind of a guru BS term. Nobody really can define it very clearly. But in essence, what buy box is, it's like what kind of deal can you do? What kind of equity are you looking for? What kind of split? What kind of margins? And so I realized a while back that in order for my success rate from myself and my partners to go from less than 1% into the 90%, I had to have the biggest buy box that literally exists in the United States. And so what I've been doing, and I'm in the process of doing it, and I'm literally halfway there already, believe it or not. And I'm going to be there 100% there in 2026. I just keep on adding income streams and strategies. That's it. I started out with a fix and flip strategy. I then expanded into wholesale, wholesaling, pre-marketing, pre-listing, as is flips. Subject to owner finance, lease options. So now I do about 9 or 10 different strategies. Oh, I just introduced a brand new strategy this week, and that is profiting and making money with real estate agents, which is huge. It's going to be, I think, one of the biggest ones. And I'm going to put 10 more exit strategies or just strategies that my partners could do when they're doing deals with me. That's 20. And so the vision is by time 26 comes to an end, about 90 to 95% of the time when you're sitting in front of a seller, no matter what the seller is, no matter where they live, what they're selling, equity, no equity, gorgeous house, ugly house, you will have a solution for them. That's unheard of. The second thing I'm doing to absolutely change the game around and push my success, not my success, but my partner's success into the 90 percentile is I'm changing how the leads work in real estate. Right now, for those of you that have ever tried to do real estate, you know it's like the first step is the step that crushes so many people, right? What's the first step? Got to find a freaking deal. There's 30 other steps afterwards, but step one, you got to find a deal. And it's very difficult to do. And usually finding a deal, it's all about outreach. And so what I'm doing now for my existing partners, and by the time this year comes to an end, it's going to be like an amazing thing, is I'm going off the premise that you, somebody who's looking for deals, no longer have to make any kind of outreach to find a deal. Sellers will actually come to you, right? So can you imagine being a partnership where your only responsibility is to help me find deals, and you have the biggest buy box, right, in the United States with 20 different strategies that we could do. And B, you don't have to look for any deals. Deals are actually coming to you. That is exactly the direction I'm taking this in, and we're in the middle of doing that right now. So extremely amazing times. So basically, what I'm going to show you today is. We get it, right? I'm going to show you how to make money in real estate, but I'm going to show you how to do it without risking any of your savings and literally taking zero risk in a deal. Unheard of in this space. Now, if that sounds too good to be true, and it should sound too good to be true, just stick around. I'm going to explain exactly how I do it, very black and white process. But most importantly, beyond that, I'm then going to show you why I actually do this. I'm going to show you some real life deals along the way. I want to give you a real life perspective. I'm going to show you the deals that I do. I'm going to introduce you to partners I'm doing deals with, so you have a vision of my partners. And I'm going to introduce you to the team that comes with me. And then I'm going to introduce you to the back end piece, the infrastructure that makes all this go around. But before we get to all of that, let's talk about you and why you're here. The only thing I'm going to ask you all today is I'm going to ask you a series of questions, about 8 or 9 questions. I just want to hear your answers, okay? I just want to see who's on here tonight, okay? These are not trick questions. There's no right or wrong answers. But I'm just going to throw some questions up here, and just inside chat, acknowledge the questions and let me know what you feel like the answers are. So I'd love to hear from any of you that are on this call that are currently real estate professionals with a track record of success. So if you're on here tonight and you are already in the space, you're an investor, you're a wholesaler, you're a mortgage person, a money person, hard money person, maybe a real estate attorney, a closing attorney, maybe an educator, it doesn't matter. If you are somehow tied into this space and you've had maybe a little bit of success, maybe a lot of success along the way, I'd love to hear from you inside chat. By the way, I'm going to have my good friend Roland, who introduced me, helped me MC this whole thing. So he's just going to pick off your answers and read them back to me.
Hey, Pete, absolutely. We've got Kim here, realtor for 15 years. We've got Hezrom, a GC, an investor out in Dallas, Texas. And then we've got Grover Davis, construction worker and renovation. We've got Sue Ann, who's a wholesaler with little success. We've got Kendall, a new real estate
Honest.
construction. So lots of folks here, Pete, with different backgrounds, and they're slowly coming in here.
I like it. I like it. So it's exactly what I thought. I've heard realtors, wholesalers, investors. Bottom line is this. Let me ask you a question. For those of you that are in the space already, what I'm going to show you in the next couple minutes as we go through this, I'm going to show you how I can give you an endless, unlimited supply of capital to do as many deals as you want without putting any of your own money into these deals, without risking anything, without signing on anything, co-signing on anything, guaranteeing on anything. My question is this: if I could show you how I could do that, and I can, to a tune of 4,000 deals already, is it safe to assume that you're going to be more successful? Is it safe to assume that you would be able to do more deals? Let me hear those of you that agree. Maybe some of you guys disagree with that, but access to unlimited capital, would that help?
Pete, folks definitely agreeing. Yes, 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 across the board. People lighting it up. You see the thumbs up coming there as well. One even said, "Hell yeah."
That's my kind of person right there. All right. So along the way, I'm going to show you how to do that, but I also want to show you and introduce you to some of my partners. Seth Choate, who's not only a partner, but has become a dear friend. We've done about 220 deals together. The reason I wanted to introduce you to Seth is number one, where we've done his deals. About 80% of his deals we did when Seth lived in California. You know, you hear this all the time. Well, Pete, I live in California, too expensive. I live in New York, too expensive. I live in a very rough area. I live in an area, too rural, too urban. All of that is BS. All of that is total BS. It doesn't matter where you live. It's just understanding the fundamentals of this business. The last 20 to 30% of the deals we did because he and his wife, in the middle of partnering with me, have bought, I think, multiple planes now. Now live in a mini mansion, not a mini mansion, a mansion, you would say. Basically, their dream house, a little bit south of Nashville. They travel 1 or 2 days out, 1 or 2 weeks out of the month. They got three amazing, beautiful kids. Actually, Seth just texted me a couple of days ago. They were hanging out in Disney. Didn't even know they were going there. Didn't invite me. Um, but when Seth started with me, he basically he had the gumption, he had the work ethic, and he was extremely coachable. He had zero money. The other interesting thing about Seth is since he and I have been working together, my team and my construction team has handled all of the rehabs. Let me tell you why I want to finish with that. Now, let me introduce you to my partner, Preston Moore. Preston is out of Alabama. Um, when Seth started with me, he had zero experience and zero deals. When Preston started with me, he had already done over 100 deals. Now, why would somebody that's already done over 100 real estate deals want to partner with me and split the profits 50-50? Very simple. I give individuals like Preston the ability to scale. I do not limit my partners by how many deals you could do with me, the size of the deal, the location of the deal. You could do deals with me literally all over the United States, and I'll introduce you to people here tonight who are partnering with me who've never done one single deal where they live. And so the reason you're going to meet some partners tonight, like Preston here, is from a scalability. So we all know why the new investor wants to get started with me, but tons and tons of already experienced investors who are looking to grow and scale get started with me also. Now, some of you are here because you're thinking about retirement. Bottom line is it's somewhere in sight. Maybe not today or tomorrow, but in the next number of years. But you're honest enough with yourself to know that the path you're taking right now is not going to put you in a position where you're going to retire the way you want to retire. Now, I know it takes a little honesty with this one, but for those of you that are okay to share, how many of you already are honest enough to realize or admit that doing what you're doing today is not going to put you in a position where you could retire the way you want to retire? If you find yourself in that category, I'd love to hear from you.
Yeah, Pete, we got Ed here says absolutely. Carl says absolutely. Joseph says me. Tiffany says yes. Kim, she's
For
59,
your honesty,
needs
guys.
needs to retire someday, Kim says. Trevor says me. Yep,
Yes.
me. Sheila says me. Tiffany, me, that's
I've
me.
heard the yes.
Samsung says I have no retirement money, Pete. So a lot of
Honesty.
folks definitely looking give an honest answer.
Honest, honest, honest. All right. Well, let me introduce you to who now become dear friends of mine. But this is where Ron and Karen Rowan found themselves. When they started with me, they were out of Indiana. And retirement was, I think, about 2, 3, 4 years away. And specifically, when the reason they decided to partner with me and they wanted to partner with me is because they were just in that position, as so many of you guys are right now. They just knew that even though they worked extremely hard, extremely loyal to their corporations their whole lives, retirement was not going to get them what they wanted. And so I asked them when we had that conversation, what do you want? And they were very specific. Perfect case scenario, they no longer wanted to live in a snow belt, they wanted to live in a sun belt, specifically in Southeast, specifically in Florida. They wanted to live on the water, specifically on the ocean. They wanted to not rent, but they wanted to own their own land touching the water. And they wanted to ultimately have an RV there in which they could reside. But they also knew they had those limited amount of time. So we hit the ground running and crushed it. In a first couple deals, over $160,000 in profit. They felt very comfortable with what we're doing. Most importantly, they started feeling extremely confident in their ability to start realizing their dreams and goals. And so they, Florida bought the land on the water. Well, not just on the water, touching the ocean, and one weekend they hung out with myself and my wife Ira at our lake house. We have an incredible lake house on Lake Lanier, 690 miles of shoreline. We got our boat there, and restaurants, 5-10 minutes. You just take the boat, go eat on the water, just incredible. And they were spending a weekend with us, and I remember still to this day, and I loved sharing the story of sitting with Ron in back of my lake house overlooking this incredible wide open water in front of us with the moon shining light onto the water. And we were talking about the dreams and goals, and I said, well, Ron, it sounds like you're hitting everything, and it sounds like you guys are accomplishing everything. Has anything changed? And he said the only thing that's changed is, obviously at that point it was Florida, water, land, but instead of any longer the mission was the RV, it became a mini mansion. And the reason I shared this story is, you take a couple that's put, dozens and dozens of years into somebody else's lives, somebody else's dreams, somebody else's goals, called a corporation, called your boss, called the corporate ladder, and their only dream was to retire. Literally, if you think about it, like this is after decades of effort, an RV. By the way, there's nothing wrong with an RV, but yet they got in this business, did it the right way, partnered with me, and literally within, months, not years, but months, that RV all of a sudden changed into the mini mansion. And that's just the power of aligning yourself with the right people and being in the business. So, let me ask you, this is, by the way, my favorite category here. Some of you guys are listening to me, and I know you're getting excited, and I love that. And really, the bottom line is what you bring to the table is what I always looked for. It's because it's the thing that I brought to the table when I started in this business. You bring the hustle. You're that person that says, Pete, I do have dreams and goals. I do have a vision. I do want more out of life. I do. But Pete, as clearly as I could see my dreams and goals, I also see the wall in front of me. And I've been trying to go through that wall, and I've been trying to go over that wall, and I've been trying to scale it. I've been trying to go around. And Pete, I just keep hitting my head against the wall. But if you're telling me there's a legitimate opportunity with what we got here tonight to go and hit my dreams and goals, Pete, I'm willing to go through that wall, because I got the hustle. And so for those of you that could relate to that, some of you who here tonight has got the hustle in you, you're ready to do whatever it takes to achieve your dreams and goals. Let me hear from the hustlers tonight.
Absolutely, Pete. We've got Kim here. Yes, hustler for sure. Kevin, yep. Edward, hard worker. Sheila says me. Grover says I got to drive. We got another Peter says yes. That's me. That's me. Number one hustler. Definitely have folks here, Pete, who are cut from the same cloth as you.
I love it. I love it. So let me introduce you to another one of my partners, and the best way I could classify Jamari Spruill as a hustler. I met Jamari a couple of years back. He was actually at one of my live meetings, one of live events. And just during the break, I happened to be outside. He didn't even come inside. He was outside. He was just trying to get some stuff rubbed off on him from the people coming in, coming out, maybe talking to a couple of the speakers. And what I realized after talking to Jamari for, 10 minutes, I realized the reason I liked him so much in those initial 5 to 10 minutes, he was just all about hustle. He didn't have a bunch of money. I don't think he had really any money at that point. He didn't have a bunch of anything that so many people would say, huh, that is a sign of success. But to me, he had the biggest thing. He had the ability to hustle. And, we've done well over 17 deals together. And the reason I love showcasing Jamari is that you'll see here in a moment that for those of you that do end up partnering with me, it's not just me, although it is me. It's not just this incredible team I bring to the table, although it is them also, but it's also my existing partners. I have a very simple philosophy here when somebody starts partnering with me, and that is this. In the beginning, we want you to take as much as you possibly can take, because in the beginning, that's where everybody, I don't care if you're brand new or if you're already in the space, in the beginning, it's where everybody needs the most help. So take. But as you start achieving your dreams and goals, we want you to turn around and grab the person behind you, and we want you to start giving back to those next individuals coming behind you. And I could tell you that I have partners that really exemplify that. Jamari is one of them. As a matter of fact, a lot of my partners today will tell you and they'll point their success is directly as a result of Jamari reaching his hand out and pulling them up. And so not only does Jamari had this incredible hustle, literally from day one, but what I love about Jamari is that he's been able to, along the way, help many people. Bottom line is here, what I do and what my team does is we put our money where our mouth is. So you're here on this call now so that you can experience what the partner-driven community is all about and answer all of your questions. Okay. So first, what I'm going to do tonight is I'm going to tell you about specifically what it means to partner with me. And then if I miss anything out, I promise I'm going to open up the floor and I'm going to stay here as long as I need to answer all your questions. Okay. But I hope to answer most of them along the way. So I'm going to continue to ask you a few more questions to get to know you all. But before we get into that, I want to kind of I want to tell you my reason why I've built this business, because that is a question that to this day comes up. And I can tell you my reason points back at my 5 kids. Used to make fun of people that have 5 kids. Now I am the people that has 5 kids, and now I encourage it actually. But what's really unusual about my 5 kids is their ages. My oldest is 27 and my youngest just turned 3. And so the thing that drove me in this business forever and ever and continues is that my goal in life outside of real estate is nothing but a vehicle to me. It's not something I love. It's not something I cherish. It's not something I idolize. It is a vehicle. Both who I do love and who I do cherish and who I do idolize are my kids, my 5 kids. And my vision and my goal has always been to be a participating father. And that's what this business has allowed me to do. And especially, yeah, obviously my 3 and 4 year olds, they're here with us all the time. You may be able to hear them in the second floor crying right now. But my oldest have gone on. They're in their 20s. They're in their own worlds, their own careers, doing very well. But I was always there for them. I was there at the highest highs. I was there at all the practices, all the games, all the performances, all the parent teacher conferences, all the trips, all the things that took place in their lives, but also always there as a supporting father. Because for those of you that have kids, you also know that sometimes they're not the highlights. Sometimes kids go through lowlights, and sometimes the lowlights are just are nothing that we as parents could do about. And my older ones did experience some of those also. And I could tell you, the key about being a participating father is even when you can't necessarily help the kids, I was always there. So my reason for many years and continues to be uh, very simple. Just always wanted to be a participating father. So what I'd love to know now is where are you all specifically? For those of you that are on here tonight, where are you in your real estate journey? For instance, some of you guys are total novices. You haven't really done too much even studying or learning. You just kind of are checking this whole thing out, this whole industry. Some of you guys are very much embedded in this space. You may have done a 1 or 2 deals, and some of you are more advanced. I know there's probably people on here that have done quite a bit in this space, including multiple deals and things like that. So if you don't mind, share with me inside chat, where are you specifically in your journey as it relates to this industry?
Hey Pete, we got iPhone 13 saying learning all they can, trying to get started. We've got seasoned scholar. We've got a Uber novice. We got Grover here just getting in the white collar. I'm not sure what he means by that. We got Carl is in the beginning stage. We've got Daniel newbie. Carl here, on the other hand, has been in construction for over 30 plus years.
Oh,
We
nice.
got Steven here flipping houses on the contracting side. We've got Burma, who's ready to rumble. We've got who else we have here? In construction all my life as well. Buck here is ready to scale from single family to multifamily. So lots of folks here, Pete, with different experience level as well.
I love it. I like it. I like it. I like it. So tell me now, for those of you that are in the space somehow to some level, where do you want to be in this real estate journey? In the same path you're on right now, maybe some of you guys want to get into some bigger things, developments, building, whatever. Where do you see, for those of you that are somehow tied into the real estate space right now, where do you want to be specifically in your real estate journey? Love to hear from you.
We've got Joseph, Pete. He wants to do 12 deals a year.
Nice.
We've got Sue Ann, who wants to be a landlord one day, have some buildings. Kim wants to have some passive income, multifamily. We've got let's see here, Joseph, who he actually wants to do one a month exactly. We've got people who wants to do new construction, development, and Carl says, I want to go as far as I can go, Pete.
I like it. I like it. I like it. All right, so let's talk about the obvious. What is your biggest obstacle right now as you sit here tonight? What are your biggest, well, what is the biggest obstacle that's holding you back from achieving what you want to achieve in this space? And be honest with me.
Pete, they're quickly coming in. Money, finance, lacking a team,
Hmm.
finding deals. Chris says principal. Pastor Lewis says lack of deals, money, finance.
Yeah.
A lot of financial answers here, Pete.
Yep, yep, reality, right? So, Roland, is this what you're hearing? Lack of money, lack of finance, lack of knowledge, lack of experience, scared of making the wrong move? This is not a business where you want to make a wrong move. And you know what I'm talking about if you're in this space. Rehabs are expensive. And yes, even after doing 4,000 deals, I could tell you they always come in over budget and never under budget. Risky, too risky of a business. Some of you guys bring baggage. You failed before. And I just simply do not know where to start. Roland, did I miss anything, or is this pretty much the answers you're seeing in chat?
Yeah, Pete. Matter of fact, Carl, the last thing he says was, scared, being scared. So yeah.
Honest, honest. I appreciate it. So, what I want to show you here in the next couple minutes is simply how to get past these obstacles and how to do more deals. Okay. So let me tell you a secret, and it's not a secret because all of you know these are extremely common struggles that every single investor goes through. Very common investor problems. So the reason I created what I've created is I want to literally help you solve every single one of these problems for you. I couldn't be more confident that we could do this and we could support you in your mission of doing more deals. Bottom line is we're doing this with my partners every single day. So now let's share. I want to share with you some more partners and some more deals. Chad and Jerry, by the way, when they started with me on the left side of the screen, they have done over 400 deals. Again, why? They wanted to grow, they wanted to scale. Here's another one with Preston, Huntsville, Alabama for 50,000. Michael Hewitt, one of our deals we did in Goodview, Virginia. By the way, also pay attention to the cities like Goodview, Virginia. Where is that? But we made about 50,000 there. BJ and Tracy. By the way, BJ and Tracy come from a town of less than 1,000 people. We've done over 10 deals in there just in under 1 year. People say you can't do this in these little towns. It's totally wrong. Glenn Antoniuk, Mulberry, Florida, $7,500. Patrick Curtis, 11,000, Madeira Beach. Michael Binns, I think this was the first or second deal we did. Indianapolis, Indiana, 8,500. Will Owens, Detroit, Michigan, 17,000. Nate Patterson in one of our deals in Angola, New York. Don't know where that is either, 8,800. Richard Granquist in one of our initial deals, Spanaway, Washington, 30,000. Another deal with Preston, Huntsville, Alabama for 24. The first partner I introduced you to, Seth Choate, Smyrna, Tennessee, 19,000. Archie Ragland, first deal that we've done over 15 now. First deal, he retired from his job. We made over 150,000 on our first flip. Other interesting fact about Archie is we have never done a deal where he lives. One of the benefits of working with me is I have teams and infrastructure literally spans the whole United States. Richie Tanner, Cocoa, Georgia. I live in Georgia. I have no idea where that is. BJ and Tracy. By the way, BJ and Tracy, He was a full-time construction guy, and BJ's done every single rehab. For my partners that have the ability to do the rehabs, they could do the rehabs, make 50% of the profit and the fee on the rehabs. His vision was to only work on his own deals. He was able to do that after a number of deals were done, and they wanted to buy a personal lake house for their family, and they did that after the sixth or seventh deal we did. Rafael Ruiz, 27,000, a deal we did a couple months ago in Florida. Jason Plaskowski, one of our deals in Oak Harbor, Washington, 6,900. Another deal with BJ and Tracy in Crocker, Missouri for 48,000. Vance Hudgens, great partner, dear friend now. We did this a couple months ago, 93,000. We got a flip going on about 5-10 miles from this house right now for about 160,000 in profit. Deborah Cotton, $5,200. Another deal with Richard Granquist for 8,100. Another deal with Preston, 3,900. Scott Thompson, this was the very first deal we did in Whitaker Road, 13,000. Another deal with Richard Granquist, 43,000. Corey Turner, I believe this was last month's flip we did, 40,000. In South Carolina, another one with Preston for 25,000. Look, the reality is I can keep going on and on and on. I could show you all the deals that I've done recently as I have just and currently doing with my partners, but literally just simply for the sake of time, I want to go ahead and move on. I want to just take a very quick 3-minute detour and I want to show you the comparison of what it means to do a deal with myself as your partner and my team as your partner as opposed to do a deal by yourself. I want to show you what that means both financially and infrastructurally. We're going to use a real life deal. This is a deal I did with BJ and Tracy. I just showed you a couple of the deals we've done together. This was in Crocker, Missouri, very rural town, under 1,000 people. 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom house. We got this one for $74,900. It needed about $40,000 worth of work, and the after repair value, or what the house was worth after the work, was $190,000. So, just this is a very basic real estate formula. We don't even use this necessarily because I have so many other strategies we utilize. But this is a very basic real estate formula for people doing fix and flips. If you want to make about a 30% margin, so you want to be buying it with about 30% equity. And so what you're trying to figure out with this formula is what is the most you could pay for that house. You just take what the house is worth, 190 in this case, multiply times 0.7. That gives you $133,000. You then subtract what the repairs are, and that gives you $93,000. Bottom line is that gives you the strike price. That's the most you could pay for this house and still make your 30% margins. Remember, we got this deal for $74,900. This was, no question about it, a screaming good deal. So if you want to do this deal alone, if you want to use your own money, use your own credit, and use your own experience, this is how it would work. Now, by the way, for those of you that have never done a deal, I'm going to show you something that's going to blow your mind. But this is why in this space, everybody makes money off the real estate investors, and less than 1% of real estate investors ever make money. This is how the money guys make money on you. Let's say you want to borrow that 75 to buy, that 40,000 to rehab. So you want to borrow just a lousy $115,000. Check out how much money you need yourself to borrow that kind of money. You need 4,000 to closing for the points. You need 20% down, about another $28,000. You got to pay for all your incidentals. You have to fix the house yourself before the bank or the lenders are going to reimburse you for it. So bottom line is to buy a $75,000 house, look at the bottom left-hand side. You need about $75,000 in the bank. Does that make any sense? In this business, literally, if you want to borrow $75,000 for a house, you need to have $75,000. You guys see why this industry has such an abysmal success rate? But let's say you want to do that same deal with myself and my team. You need no experience. I'm going to put up 100% of the money to buy it. I'm going to put 100% of the money to whatever is needed at closing. I'm going to fund the whole deal with all the incidentals. I'm going to put 100% of the capital to get the property fixed. Oh, and by the way, with me, you could do unlimited amount of deals with my money. But wait, there's more. It's not just the money side you have to worry about. It's the infrastructure. You want to do this deal yourself, you better know how to negotiate. You better know how to work margins. You better know which contracts to use, how to go through inspections, how to work with contractors, how to manage them. You better know how to get rid of these deals. You better know how to get the right realtors. You better know how to hire the right closing attorneys. You're doing this by yourself. You're doing 100% of the work, and you risk everything on every single deal. You do the exact same deal with myself and my team, no experience necessary. We're doing all of that. We help the negotiations. We give you the contracts. We take the property through inspection due diligence. We got our own closing attorneys. We have our own construction rehab teams. We know how to market these things. We got realtors everywhere. We know how to close them in the back end. You do the exact same deal with me. All you got to do is find it. From that point on, my team does all the work. And very important, I take 100% of the risk. Now, I want to show you exactly how it works to be a partner on the deal. Remember, I'm putting up all the money, I'm putting up my team and expertise to do deals with you. And then simply in the back end, we split the profits 50-50. And then it's just wash, rinse, and repeat, wash, rinse, and repeat, and wash, rinse, and repeat. Now, the reason I do this is because I literally need individuals like you guys in local markets across the United States to help me find deals. You find the property, you get it under contract, and I put up all the money and my team execute this deal. Together, literally, we're a dream team. Here's what makes this so powerful. Only when you make money do I make money and does my team make money. The goal literally here is to be successful together. You never have to worry about where the money comes from with me. You never have to worry about risking credit on any deal you're doing with me. You never have to worry about making bad moves on a deal with me. You never have to worry about navigating the waters alone. Bottom line is this, Roland, I got to hear again. I got to make sure these guys aren't asleep. Does From what we've talked about right now, and by the way, you understand what I do at this point. I've given you enough information for you to know. Does this sound good up to this point? What I do when I partner with people. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to hear from you in chat. Does this sound good?
Let me do this, Pete. Let me show everyone on the screen here so that way you can see everyone. If this sounds good, make some noise. I see Kim giving a hands up, clapping. Love it, love it. Appreciate you guys. Thumbs up, Rich. Awesome. Pete, they're all still awake and loving it.
I
Back to
like it.
you.
I like it. Now, if you guys don't mind, I want to go ahead and I want to show you the process so you can see for yourself how we could do deals together. Okay. I basically have a three-phase roadmap to doing and deals with me and partnering with me. It's basically mine and my team's guide to doing deals and solving all the problems we talked about. Success starts with this roadmap to do deals. Phase number one is access to the system. I'm going to go through that. Phase number two is you just go find a deal, submit it to us. I put up all the money. We execute the deal and we split the profits. And that's phase three. All right, let's talk about phase number one, access to the system. The best way to look at my system, it is my way of showing you how I've done 4,000 deals. It is not my way of showing you how to do every facet of the deal. You don't need to know how to do every facet of the deal before you do your first deal with me. You will learn how to do every single deal as we go through the process. But what my system is, it is a very intense system to show you how to find the deals. How do we do that? We train in a live environment multiple times a day, almost every day, but at least once a day. Bottom left hand corner, I have Partner Driven University. That is your 24/7 access to everything pre recorded I've ever said, done, and my team has ever said and done. So you yourself have access to it. It's my private community. It's where all of my partners that I've talked to you about exist and interact. It's also access to my live events. We just did an incredible. I have 200 partners in Atlanta, right up the road here, 2 weekends ago. And so my system is this very intense training, infrastructure, systems, technology. What is it all about? It is the most important piece of real estate, and that is showing you how to find deals. We do live trainings Mondays multiple times, Tuesdays multiple times, now Wednesdays 3 times. We do it on Thursdays. I don't know why we left that out here. And then we do it on Monday a couple times in a live environment where we're literally showing you day by day what you got to do that day. Phase number two, now you know how to do this. By the way, that know how to do this never stops. You're always accessing that and you're always leveling up in that. But now, once you got it to a certain level, now it's time to implement it. What you're really doing is you're implementing the marketing techniques and strategies. We select a specific marketing strategy for you to implement. We show you and help you implement it in your marketplace. And what my marketing systems, technology, and infrastructure do, they just literally connect you with the sellers of deals. Simple as that. You put the deals together. We qualified the deals. You go to your own dashboards, hit a couple buttons, request a contract. My team immediately kicks out a contract to you and the seller, help you negotiate the price, get the deal under contract, get the contract signed. We take it through due diligence and inspections, and we approve the deal and we take it to closing. Very important. The reason I want to showcase this slide is a question that gets asked of me more than anyone else. Do I personally get involved in deals? Every single deal my partners do, I personally get involved with. Matter of fact, every single day I gather my whole team at 10:30 a.m. Eastern, and my whole team is with me, and we look at every single project we have going on, and we discuss every single one of your deals and projects and what we have to specifically do as a team to drive that project and that deal forward that day. And then we get into phase three. Fund, flip, and split profits. We then obviously buy the property. We execute the deal. Remember, we got 10 custom exit strategies, so we figure out which exit strategy we're going to use. My team executes the deal. We then find the buyer on the back end. We close the property. You get transparent accounting that very same day. And that very same day, you get paid. Oh, this is Miss Mary Samples. Reason I wanted to show her is to tell you the quality of my team. My team, every team member has been with me for years and years and years and years and years, and been part of hundreds, some of them thousands of real estate deals with me. Mary's basically closed over 2,000 of mine and my partner deals. She's been with me for 15 years. And so what happens when you bring a deal in, she takes that deal and her only responsibility is driving that deal to closing. My team gets very, very involved in every single transaction. This is one of my partners, Michael Harden. Interesting story on him. Michael lives in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. It took us 6 or 7 deals to finally do a deal there. This was the very first deal we did in Bristol, Wisconsin, where we made about $137,000 on our first deal together. And we split that down the middle. He kept 68,000 and I and my team kept 68. Remember, we're putting up all the money on the deal. I'm absorbing 100% of the risk. You have zero risk when you're doing deals with me. And then in the back end, we're simply splitting the profits 50-50. Now that we've gone through the roadmap, do you see the value of getting your deals funded by myself and my team? And the value of having an experience, it's more than just funding, right? It's having an experienced partner to do deals with. Um, I don't like the slide, but I know I need to go through it. This is how do I compare to the guru world? I have nothing to do with the real estate guru world, but I know everybody puts me in the real estate guru world. So let's go through it. The comparison really starts and stops at the very top line, and that is training and coaching. There's some great training and coaching going on out there. Bottom line is, there's great training coaching free on YouTube that you can get any longer. I will tell you, my training and coaching is still above everybody else's because we train you and coach you on the specific deal you're doing. Whereas everywhere else, you just learn concepts like here's how you do a whatever wholesale deal or creative deal. Conceptually is one thing. When you're learning on actual deals, your level of knowledge goes through the roof. But that's where all the comparison stops. Here's what I'll do beyond that. I'll partner with you on deals and I'll guide you through every step and help you navigate and execute that deal with my team. They won't do that. I have a whole entire acquisition team to get your deals inspected, get your deals rehabbed, and get your deals closed. They will not do that for you. The next piece is not only will they not do that, I don't think there's anyone in your life that'll do the next. I'll put up 100% all the money for you to do as many deals as you want. You never have to put even a penny of your own deals. Forget the gurus. Who else in your life will do that? And the next last line is what makes this the perfect deal. I'll also assume all the risk and liability. So if something ever goes wrong, if a deal goes sideways, and they still sometimes do, I'll assume all the liability. Bottom line is you never lose a penny on anything, even if the deal ends up losing money. So bottom line is with me, you have zero risk and 100% of the upside. That is what's called a near perfect business. Remember, and you know this already, other real estate gurus, they're going to teach you how to do a deal and then they're going to literally set you loose to figure the rest out alone. By the way, this is what contributes to the less than 1% success rate in this space. Here with myself and my team, I'm going to be with you by your side in every deal. I'm going to provide all the capital, execute the entire deal, and then on the back end, we will split the profits 50-50. Bottom line is in my model, when you win, we win. So, we are literally invested in your success. There is a one-time fee. To join my partnership. It's the only money you'll ever have to spend to literally flip a lifetime of real estate deals. With me, you never have to spend a penny on down payments, earnest money, inspection costs, mortgage payments, hard money costs, rehab materials, contracts, and closing costs, realtor fees. Nothing. Nothing. Literally a lifetime of as many deals as you want. Here, I put up all the money and I covered the entire cost of as many deals as you want to do. With me, bottom line is one deal will almost always take care of the fee, what it costs to join. Bottom line is this.
So what is the fee, Peter?
I have created an environment here right now um, to get you to the point that this business literally becomes second nature to you. And that's the whole point of what I do, and that is the whole point of the infrastructure that I've put together. And by the way, we're going to get into all Q&As. If you don't mind just holding it until a couple more minutes, I'm almost done here. Look, if you're going to do this by yourself, it's slow, it's expensive, and it's risky. And honestly, when you're doing it by yourself, it's not very fun. When you're doing it with myself and a partner, it's simple, safe, and fun. Yes, there is a one-time fee to join. By the way, there's multiple layers of joining, and it really depends on how many deals you want to do. And there's even a couple options where we could do some internal financing for you of the fee itself. But once you join, you get immediate access to the mentorship, the team, and the system. It's the only money you'll ever spend to do unlimited amount of deals with myself and to have all your property costs funded by myself. So then there's two types of people on here tonight. And by the way, I appreciate both of the types of people being on here tonight. Some of you at this point, and we're basically done. I'm going to open this up for Q&A now. Some of you are at this point right now where you're like, this is not the right place for me, not the right business for me, maybe not the right individual for me. I may not be the right personality for you, or this may not be the right timing for you. I appreciate you being here. There's probably no reason for you to stay on beyond here unless you just want to go through the Q&A. Some of you are at the point where you're like, yes, this is for me. This is the opportunity for me. I do have the dreams and goals. I do want to accomplish it in this business, and I do see the value. For those of you that find yourself to be that second group, even if you're already talking to somebody, the next step is I'd like to just connect with you myself and with my team members, okay? Just on a private call and a private conversation. So at that point, we're going to talk with your goals. We're going to make sure we're aligned with each other. We're going to talk about a couple options in terms of paying that fee and which lever you want to come in at, because we first want to find out about you before we even get into that. And we want to immediately at that point, if it is a good fit, to get you started towards doing your first deal. So right now, inside chat, Mr. Roland is dropping a link, and it's just to schedule a call link. No obligation, no nothing. Make sure we're a good fit. Make sure we're aligned in our goals, and make sure we want to work together. So for those of you that find yourself in that position, please hit the link below. And I have my team, my partner advisors are standby to talk you through the options and get you started. Okay. So now I'm going to do what I promised I'm going to do. I'm going to open up the floor for a Q&A session. I think I've covered pretty much everything, but I probably still missed some things. So for those of you that know how this works, thank you, Kevin. Appreciate Kevin demonstrating how to do this. If you have a question, Kevin, take yourself off mute. You're going to be the first one. If you have a question at the bottom of the screen, There is a function that allows you to raise your hand. Also, if you want to type your questions inside chat, Mr. Rowland's going to be monitoring that also. So if you got a question, just raise your Zoom hand. I promise you I'll get to all of you. Or if you want to just type it inside chat, that would be awesome too. Mr. Kevin Roscoe, thank you for being here.
Hey, how you doing?
Amazing. How are
Love
you?
everything. I'm well. Love everything I'm hearing. I have a
Thank
quick
you.
quick question.
Yes.
What if I could come to the table and I bring a 4 unit property to the table that I have for sale for 100,000? Would you?
Probably about 50% of the partners that start with me, Kevin, bring something to the table immediately. We'll take a look at it. I'm not going to guarantee you that it falls into one of the 10 category, 10 strategies I do, but yeah, we'll definitely take a look at it. Absolutely. And if it's a deal that's a real deal, legitimate, absolutely. That'll be the first thing we could do.
Okay, now my question is, I heard about the $15,000 lifetime membership. What are the lower options?
I have several options. It all depends on how many deals you want to do. It all depends how you're going to pay it and all that. So the best thing to do if you're already talking to somebody, Kevin, just schedule another call and we'll go over all the options with you. Okay?
Okay,
I
thank
don't want
you.
to Kevin. I don't want it to get tied up with it right now because when you look at all the options, literally, there's probably 20 different ways of working with me.
Got you.
Yeah,
Okay,
and I'm not going to get into that right now because that's just a total waste of time. But
okay.
thank you, Kevin. I'll remember you. Make sure you drop your info inside the chat. Okay.
All right, thank you.
Looking forward to it. Mr. Davis.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. Thank you for being here.
Thank you. So look, I got a friend of mine that owns a house. He's got to split the percentage. He's got to pay out 66% of the house. Okay. But the house has it's basically two lots. There's apartments behind it, and then apartments in front of it.
Only thing that matters, Mr. Davis, is what's the purchase price? Does it need any work, and what's it worth? That's it. I don't care. I don't care if it's
Okay.
got apartments. I don't care if Obama lives behind the house.
Right. Okay.
That's all worthless information.
Okay.
What's the purchase price?
The purchase price is
Does
180.
it need any work?
Oh yeah, the house needs
About
torn
how
down.
much?
So
About how much?
the whole house needs torn down in the garage too. I mean,
If
it
it's
was
a
built.
tear down, we're not going to start with. We don't start. So watch. I'm going to, two things I want to cover with you guys. Number
Okay.
one, we will never start up with brand new construction. We're always going to start out with the deals that I'm the best at the country. Single
Okay.
family, duplexes, triplexes, up to quads. Houses, townhomes, condos, mobile homes, modular homes, all that. We're going to do several of those, Mr. Davis, for only one reason. Because I could do those the quickest with you. I can help you get profitable and I can build your confidence. But Grover, after that, we could discuss anything. We could discuss
Okay.
new builds, developments, even things outside of real estate. But we always start out in the bullseye and then we go from there. By the way, you just did something that I want to also piggyback off. If you guys noticed Grover, he's shaking his head. I appreciate that. Very important. For those of you that want to schedule a call with me and my team, if you find yourself to be uncoachable, please do not schedule a call. The number one quality I'm looking for is you have to be coachable. You have to have minimum 3 to 5 hours a week to give my team because this is not a guru BS program where they just take your money and they don't care if you get success. I expect you to put effort in 3 to 5 hours a week. I really only want partners that want to do multiple deals at the same time. I don't want any partners that your first go to is you're a victim of something. If you have a victim mentality, please don't even schedule a call. If your whole world is against you, everyone takes advantage of you, and you're just the wrong this and the wrong that, please don't get started with me. I'm looking for people that have dreams and goals and they're willing to go through a wall to get those accomplished. So those are the qualifications I'm looking for. By the way, Grover, thank you for that question. So hopefully that made sense. Okay. Thank you, thank you. Mr. Carl, thank you for being here. I see you. By the way, I think Kindle, you're next, so go ahead and take yourself off mute. Carl, let's
Yes,
go.
sir.
Thank you for
Can
being
you
here,
hear me?
first of all. Yes, thank you for being here.
All right. No, I have a house right by where I live now. It's a 3 bedroom, 2 bath brick home. on
What's the
like
price?
15 acres. I think they want 340 for
Is
it.
it on the market?
Yes.
It's a waste of time.
Okay.
And Carl, let me tell you something. I've done 4,000 flips. When I
Okay.
say something's a waste of time, I speak from experience. The systems and technology and infrastructure and everything to do with marketing that we will help you set up will take you
Okay.
past MLS, which is just for amateurs, and will take you right directly to owners, which, by the way, is where guys like me get 100% of our deals. So
Okay.
all you have to do is tell me it's
Outstanding.
on MLS, and I'm going to tell you right now, no interest, because those aren't deals.
Okay.
Wholesalers, no interest, no deals. It's all about going directly to owner. It's where all the players are. And when you're my partner, you automatically become a player. I promise you.
Let's
So
go. I'm ready to
let's
start.
go. Are you talking to Mr. Carl? Are you talking to somebody on my team?
I don't believe I am.
Do me a
I don't
favor and I'll
remember.
remember you. Because I'll remember you because I love a man in glasses. Okay. I can appreciate a man in glasses. Make sure you schedule a call. I want to talk to you, okay?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, just go
Appreciate
to
it.
bottom of the screen inside chat.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you for being here.
Yes,
Kindle,
sir.
is that right? Kindle?
Yes.
Kindle.
Um,
Hi.
do you pay 3% on the seller side or
Yes.
6%
Yes.
for real
Yes.
estate agents? And
6%. We always take care of our realtors. 6%
okay.
full commission
And can
straight.
we list our own deals?
Yes, yes. If you're a contractor, you could fix the deal, make 50% of the profit and make your contractor fee. If you're a real estate agent, you list the property, you make 50% of the profit, Kindle, plus the 3 or 6% on the sales side. Absolutely. I
Okay.
have
And one more question. Those profits that you pulled up on the different properties that you've done deals with, were those already split or were those like already the profits already split? Like you had one that was like $8,000. Was that you made
I don't
8,000?
even
She
know.
made
I don't
8,000?
even know. I don't think it's important, but let's say they were the whole thing. I think I was just trying to, I think I just told team to put a bunch of different people at a bunch of different places. And also I wanted to put some very small ones and some larger ones to show my partners or show prospective partners like you. I'm not just chasing the big hit. I want my partners, even if we're only splitting 5,000 or 10,000, because that's huge. That builds confidence and all this. That also shows you, Kindle, that I could do very razor thin margin deals. That's
Okay.
something most investors can't do. So
Right.
let's say they were the whole. Let's say they were gross before it even splits. We purposely position them there because I want to show people we do not only the big profits, which anybody can do, right? But I can also do razor thin ones. And I've never had a partner say, "Oh, I don't want to only make $4,000." You know what I
Right.
mean? And so everybody wants to make as much as they want and as quickly as they want. And by the way, that's my number one goal is to do a deal as quickly as possible.
Okay.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yep. Thank you for being here. Are you talking to somebody on the team, Miss Resch?
I was talking to Sandra. Sandra got me set up on the call.
All right, perfect. Do me a favor. I want to connect with you. Go schedule a call at the bottom and I'll go straight to Sandra and let's talk. All right, you mute yourself, but I got you. I see the thumbs up. I like that. Thank you. Thank you. Mr. Flowers. Cody, you're next. Okay,
Hey, Mike,
Michael,
you're
something's wrong
muted.
with your mute. I mean, not mute. You're unmuted, but
Hey,
something's
how's
wrong
it
with your
going?
volume. Hold on, Cody, one sec. Michael, try to get your volume adjusted. You're unmuted. You did fine, but your volume, something's wrong. I'm going to go to Cody and I'm coming back to you, Mr. Flowers. Cody, what's up, buddy? Cody, I just heard you. I just saw you. There you go. You're on mute. Cody, bottom left hand corner, unmute, please.
Hey, so I've been doing some research and I know several clients that I've been doing work for. I'm
Uh-huh.
a contractor.
Okay.
They have a bunch of rent homes, and I want to entertain the thought to talk to them about possibly doing some type of deal to turn all their projects into like sober living. Have you been doing any research into that scenario?
By the way, I have some personal experience with sober living
Okay.
in my family, Cody.
Okay.
So very familiar with that model. Yeah, we could talk about that.
Because I mean, they were. I was looking at. I have some friends about 2 hours away. They doing it in another city,
Yeah, yeah.
and
No,
he had a bunch
I'm
of
very
rent
familiar with the
homes
model. I
around
know the
like twelve
model.
hundred, $1,500, and he's turning those houses around, making 4,000 or more a
Yeah.
month.
I know that model better than you know that model. So yeah, we could have some discussions. We're going to start out with the bread and butter, get you making money, get you confident, and we get to have a discussion about anything. Absolutely.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Hey, Cody,
Thank
Cody,
you.
wait, don't leave, don't disappear. Are you talking to somebody on the team?
I am. I'm gonna have to go back and refresh my memory. I think I'm
Just go,
talking to two
no,
different people.
Cody. Just go to the bottom of the screen and set up a call. I want to talk to you. Go to
Uh,
chat, hit the chat link, and there's a schedule a call.
got it. Thanks, brother.
Okay. I see Kim. Hold on, give me a minute. Let me go back to Mr. Flowers here, and I'll hit you. Uh,
It's a Powers, Powers.
oh, Cody, that's your last name?
Powers. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Go schedule a call. Go schedule a call. I'll remember your name and I remember what you look like. Just schedule a
Okay.
call so we have a time to talk.
At the bottom, you say?
Yeah, go to bottom of chat or Roland can help you out with that. He can get you a link. Michael, you got your volume working? Still not, huh? All right, keep fighting, keep fighting. Is it Kim?
Yeah, Kim, can you hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear.
Awesome. Yeah, so I mean, I got the glasses. Anyway, yeah, so I'm a realtor. I
Nice.
do a lot of these REO listings,
Yep.
so I know, when they're going to list right away, all that stuff, and I do a lot of them. Like I've been doing this for 15 years. I cut my teeth with HUD, Freddie Mac, VA, all that. But yeah, I mean, I got a call scheduled tomorrow at noon, so I'm going to talk to whoever your team member there, and yeah, just
Love
looking
it.
forward to the call, man. Yeah,
I'll
absolutely.
remember. I'll remember
Cool,
to
cool,
anyone with glasses, you get respect.
cool,
Hey,
man.
Kim, you want to know something? I'm
What?
legally blind. Like literally, I
Okay.
cannot. I'm sitting in my office right now. I take these off. I can't see the back end of my room. So
Woo!
I respect somebody in glasses. I really do.
I love the hair too, man. Honest hair. That's you
Oh,
got.
the hair is even more important. That's the best compliment I could receive is the hair compliment. So I appreciate that.
Oh
Thank
man,
you.
thank you, sir. Appreciate
I'll
it.
remember you, Kim. Thank you for being here. iPhone, you're next.
I wish I would have known you a week ago. There was a property of investor had for sale for 399. It was valued at 630, something like that, and I couldn't find no one to help me get the property.
Don't ever live your life on I wish I woulda, coulda. This world
Oh
is
my
littered
God.
with graveyards with I wish I could. You know
No,
what
I
that's
had
called? Hold on. You know what that's called? It's called potential, and that's an excuse for not moving forward. So anyway, I'm just picking on you. You know me now, so don't ever put yourself in a position of saying, "Gosh, I wish I would have done something when I met that guy Vekselman in 26."
no, I
Okay?
actually called the guy. I said I need to make the bid before Sunday. The guy only wants to
Don't
take
worry
it.
about that deal. It's worthless. Forget
Yeah,
it.
I know, and it's on
You
me a little
know
bit.
me now. You got a question?
That was my thing is if there's ways to work on that the payment of 15,000 to join your group.
There's
What?
multiple options. I don't know how many times I have to say it, but I
And
guess everybody needs to hear it. Do you have a
I
call
know.
scheduled?
No, I don't. I probably have to do
Okay,
that this
well, there
week.
you go. I've said that 15 times and I've answered your question 15 times. Seriously, I'm picking on you because I like you. Schedule a call and we'll go over everything with you, okay?
And I also have I found a was a 10-unit apartment complex up by Long Beach. So
Yep.
hopefully I can go up there, get information. Hopefully I say the call and we could work something out and throw that in there and see what hopefully you approve it and you
Go
like it.
make some money. Let's go chase some dreams together, okay?
Okay, thank you. I appreciate it.
Yep. Thank you
Thanks.
for being. What's your name, by the way? I want to remember
Felipe,
your
Felipe Antonio
Felipe.
here in San Diego, California.
Oh, I've done about 250 flips in California in the last couple of years.
Okay, so
Yeah,
you're
very
gonna be
familiar. Looking forward to working with you. I'll remember you, Philippe.
okay. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yes,
Thanks a
sir.
lot.
Yes, sir. Roland, do we have anything inside chat?
Yeah, Pete. A bunch of questions on here. Just
Okay. What do
let's
we
see
got?
here. We've got and Mike, let me know if you want to unmute, then we'll go to you before we get to these. But we got a couple folks here asking Pete. Let's see, where'd he go? Um, Kind of to Emery's asking, do we need to know ARV comps? You kind of touched
No,
on that earlier, Pete, but
no. You don't need to know any of that. That's what gurus do to grab 20 grand from you to teach you some BS. With me, you don't need to know. That's not what a real estate deal is all about. Real estate deal is just working with the right source, getting under contract, bring it in, let us do our magic. I don't care
and I'm
about the
glad you mentioned that
ARV. I
because
don't care about the split. I don't care about the margins. That's all junk.
it kind of takes us to Steven's question. How do you get a property under contract?
Oh, that's what the train. Remember, I told you say Steve?
Yeah,
Steve, that's what I was telling you. That's what my whole system and infrastructure and support and training is all about. Is how to do that, how to find it first, and then how to get under contract. So I don't expect you to know it, even if you're in the space doing deals and not having a bunch of success or having some success. I'm like, well, I want to have a bunch more success. That's the only thing we're going to train you on. We're never going to train you on paint colors. We're never going to train you on clearing title. We do all that for you. Don't have to worry about it. You just have to help us find it. And that's what my system is all about from a training and support infrastructure. The
perfect,
infrastructure
perfect.
to do that.
Thanks, Pete. And then Chris is asking, speaking of deals, how soon can we approve the deals as soon as they bring it to us?
We jump on your deals usually within the first 30 minutes of you bringing it to us that quickly. I mean, I take what I do very seriously, but I take your lives very seriously too, because I know people that start with me are very serious about your dreams and goals. So usually within the first 15 minutes, we jump on your deal, and within 30 minutes, we already got some kind of a thing working that we with it.
And then I know, Pete, you kind of mentioned there's a couple different ways to get started with us. Some people are asking, can they bring a deal to the table in exchange for the partner
No,
fee?
no, no. I don't have the time to work with people who don't believe in themselves or aren't willing to invest a little bit into themselves. The investment with me is less than the down payment of any hard money loan. If you don't believe yourself enough in that, then I got to work with people that believe in themselves. I mean, that's just a personal decision. I might be wrong. When you do this yourself, you may do it differently. But I guarantee you, none of you are ever going to become successful handing things out to people who want handouts. It's not how life works.
Love it, Pete. I think we're pretty much all questioned out. I'll keep looking and searching here.
Okay. All right, well, let me bring this to a close. And by the way, I really do appreciate you guys being here. But who I really appreciate are those of you that are still here after, gosh, almost an hour and a half together. That tells me a lot about you. And I think the number one thing it tells me about every one of you that's still here tonight is that you're looking. And I love people that are looking, but I really love people that are looking and are willing to do something about it. So if you find yourself at that point in life where you have dreams and goals in front of you, you could distinctly tell me what they are. Could be your kids, could be your wife, could be your husband, could be money, could be financial, could be infrastructure. And for many of you, it's nothing to do with that or that. It's all tied into your lifestyle. And I love that also. So if you could clearly define what your dreams and goals are, but you also know there's a wall between you and them, and you're here tonight to tell me, Pete, if there's a way to go through that wall, I'm willing to walk through that wall to get to my dreams and goals. That's the kind of partners I'm looking for. So, for those of you that find yourself in that position, below is a link inside chat, inside Zoom. There's a link to schedule a call with myself and my team to make sure we're a good fit for each other. Okay. I look forward to working with a lot of you. I look forward to welcoming a lot of you to that next chapter in your life. Roland, if you don't mind staying on an extra 30 seconds or a minute just to keep that link live, because once he's gone, the link is gone. But I do appreciate you guys being here. Thank you very much. God bless every single one of you, and good night.
Awesome. Thanks, Pete. Thanks for being here tonight. Everyone else, if you have yet to do so, please click the link. As Peter mentioned, as soon as we end tonight's Zoom, the link goes away as well. So I'll be here for a little bit. I'll stay on, and I'll be sure to get your questions answered by one of our partner advisors who will reach out to you as soon as tomorrow.
Yeah, it was Sandy that I was talking to, and I don't know if she's going to call me tomorrow or when my call was scheduled exactly, but I'm excited. I can't wait.
Hey, Carl, absolutely. Yeah, I speak to Sandy every day, so I'll be sure that she reaches out to you. Well, anyhow, folks, thanks for being here tonight. It's getting kind of late here. I know many of you are on the East Coast, so thank you for tuning in this whole time. On behalf of Partner Driven, thank you for being here. Schedule the call, and we look forward for those who see the value in what we do, and looking forward to helping you get your unfair share here in 2026. Thanks for being here. Have a good night.